Hey everyone, this is Shelly, Coffee, Anxiety, and Love. Luna Fitness Evo. Whew, I had to take a big breath there. What the heck was that? Hey, how is everybody doing today? Thursday, getting ready for the hurricane, I assume, if you're in South Texas or whatever. I know Houston doesn't look like it's in that cone just yet, but we got a couple of more days, so who knows. So yeah, that's kind of what we're watching for right now, and kind of what I'm here to talk about. I know I haven't done a video in a little bit, so it's been pretty hectic out here. Pretty hot mostly, but I've been pretty busy doing stuff around here and getting my videos for Luna Fitness put up. Doing my workouts, trying my best to do my workouts as many times a week as possible, keeping on my schedule. Doing NOS today. No, NOS is not good for you, but we like them. So like I said, we're just watching the hurricane, seeing where that's going. Hopefully, by Saturday we should have a good indication as to which direction it should be hitting. I honestly think we're just going to get a lot of wind and rain, which is good in a sense, but for us it is a concern. So by Saturday we need to figure out what we're going to do. A lot of the times out here the winds are pretty big. Yesterday I was out here cooking late in the evening. I want to say maybe it was like 4, maybe going on 5. No, not even. It wasn't late. It was midday because we were still waiting for the property owner to get here. So I want to say this was like 1:30, 2 o'clock. And I am here in my little, covered area. It's our little stove out here. And all of a sudden there's just this huge gust of wind that just comes through. And not like a big wind. No, this is like somebody just turned on the biggest blower you've ever imagined, and it just whoom comes through, and you can hear it coming. There's nothing but trees around us. You can hear the wind coming through the trees. And I just turned around and I'm looking and I'm like, what in the world is that noise? And just you see all the trees just bending, swaying down, and I'm like, what the heck is that? And then you see little dirt devils on the ridge above, next to the house. And then behind me, there's a little, dirt area. And you can see the little dirt devils, little dirt tornadoes in there. And I'm like, what the heck? And then this little covered tent thing, this pop-up tent, starts lifting up off the ground. And I'm over here holding the tent down. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? And the trailer's just knocking back and forth. Like, what the heck was that? So I text CJ and I'm like, he's out in the field cutting things down, and I'm like, did you feel that? Did you feel that big gust of wind? He goes, I don't feel anything. I'm in the forest. He goes, with the trees. He goes, I saw all the trees move. He goes, but I didn't really feel anything. And I'm like, that was like an incredibly huge gust of wind, and which started making me think more and more about that hurricane that's coming. Eventually, what's going to happen here is we are trying to move our trailer from where we are. Number one, because we're right in the sun. There's no shade for the trailer. And number two, it's going to be better for us to be in a shadier area because of the heat and the AC in the trailer. Right now, the AC is doing pretty good, but I hate straining it so much because it's just dead in the sun with the trailer. So we're trying to move it either down underneath this big oak tree that's down in the second and the third ridge, which is not ideal if it's going to be very rainy, because what's happening is, so you see where that container is, that white container, and right next to it is, right behind the tiki torch, is our truck down there. So that's the third ridge line. So it's that ridge line, it's where we are right here, and then the house up behind us is another step up. So what happens when it starts raining is the rain comes from the top of the house, and there's a lot of rocks and dirt and stuff, and it's kind of done to where it kind of has a direction for the water to go. And the water right now flows right next to our trailer. So we're looking down you know, this way looking down that way. So it's going to be on the right side of our trailer, and the water flows right through there because there's a little like a little sectioned out rock area that helps the water flow from the top of the ridge line, and it flows down into all this forest area back here. And where all these trees are, right in those trees is where all the water tends to pool. So right back here, okay, and down in there there's a little fence line, and right back in there, that's where all the water pools, which is, you know, there's nothing we can do about that. But what happens with that is that's also where the driveway is. So if it does happen to rain a lot, that area does happen to get full of water, we may potentially not be able to get out of here and have to bring the truck up on the next ridge line or up on top of the house. That way it doesn't get water in it, because that area just gets so soaked. It just, the water doesn't go anywhere. It just pools right there. So with the hurricane coming, we're okay where we're at with the trailer right now. We don't get a lot of water coming like down the hill from where we're at. It goes like right off to the side of us. But eventually the plan is to go ahead and move the trailer into the barn area. The only issue we have right now is we can't move the trailer from where we're at because we're hooked up to the electricity from the house that's up on the ridge. Now they're trying to get electricity into the barn, and if that happens, then yeah, it'll be easy for us to move the trailer in there and not have to worry about connecting from the house, because we won't have an extension cord long enough to connect the house. But we do have a generator, and if it looks like that hurricane's going to be bad, or any hurricane coming our way, until the electricity gets put in the barn, we have no choice but to move the trailer. There's no water that goes into the barn right now, or not heavy water, because it kind of like goes around. It's like directed around the barn. And two, it's going to be a big cover, so we're not going to get a lot of water on top of our trailer because we still have not fixed the roof. So that would help us out tremendously as well. But as of right now, we have to hold steady with the electricity hooked up. Now, if the electricity goes down, like I said, we do have a generator. We should be okay. So one of the prep things that we're going to have to do is get everything filled up with gas, you know, and I think if there is a tank that's empty that the owner has, because he has several here, we may end up, you know, using those tanks, filling those up for us, and make sure we have enough gas for the generator, depending on how long, if the power goes out here. So that's kind of what we're looking at for the next couple of days, just watching, seeing where that hurricane's going, and figuring out from there what our plan will be. I think we're going to be okay. I think it's just going to be a lot of water, a lot of rain, a lot of wind, which, you know, it's going to be fine. We do have a tarp on top of the trailer. We do have another tarp we can put down. We just need to re-secure the tarp. It's kind of gotten, like, the kind of rope that we're using, it's kind of like already like frayed from just drying out with the sun, so we just need to re-anchor it down, and then we should be okay. But other than that, yeah, that's what we're looking at for this weekend. That'll be our plan for the weekend. So for me, as far as my healing journey, I feel a lot stronger, especially since I've been working out, not just physically stronger, but mentally and emotionally stronger. I've been talking to my brother a lot more. I haven't necessarily been writing, but I'll catch myself, you know, laughing about things and thinking about things, and I mentioned, you know, hey Russell, you know, what the heck was that? Did you see this? What? And I'll talk to him as if he's with me, and he is. I say as if, but I know he is. I know he's with me, and it still gets very hard thinking about him, and I still don't understand him being gone. I still want him here, but I know that's not possible, and I am still working on trying to understand how he passed away. But every day I grow stronger, and I'm able to talk to him more, and I don't think the pain from all of this will ever go away. I know the pain is always going to be there, but I'm learning more and more every day how to deal with it. And that's the step that I'm on right now as far as my healing journey, is trying to deal with the pain of losing my brother. And I thought in the beginning, if I just put it out of my head, he's gone, accept it, deal with it, that's it. He's not going to be here anymore. That's it. I thought that would help me suppress the pain, like I've done with so many other things in my life. Suppressed it and pushed it down until it makes me so sick that back then, about 7 years ago, 6 or 7 years ago, my way of dealing with that and suppressing anger and emotions and frustrations and being hurt, years of hurt, and I thought drinking and doing drugs was my way of helping me. That's I didn't have to think about it, if I was high or if I was drunk, I didn't have to think about these things. Someone told me a while back that cardinals represent, and I haven't looked it up, but cardinals represent loved ones that have passed, and when they're near you, that know that your loved one is thinking about you. And I say that because for whatever reason I just looked, and there's a cardinal right here in the trees that's what's singing, and it's just there. It's just one single cardinal, bright red, and it's looking directly at me. So I'm going to tell my brother thank you for being here with me. But yeah, and I need to tell that story about my years of self-healing, because that was the scariest time of my life, and I didn't know it. I had no idea. And in that time, something happened to me that could have been bad. And even after that, I didn't really stop doing what I was doing, because nothing happened, so I was okay. But little by little from that point, I did slow down. And it was a little while after that that I met CJ. And, we went out together, and yeah, we would drink. And, he had his own issues, but something connected between the two of us. And little by little, we started letting go of all those mechanisms that were hurting us, all those self-healing mechanisms that were hurting both of us. And I don't drink and I don't do anything anymore, So dealing with the pain of my brother, it's real. It's real because I feel all of it. I feel all of it. And there are days when I think about it that, if I just grabbed a beer or something, or, a glass of vodka and just let it all go, And I don't even feel the need to do that anymore. And I can't believe that is something I did. That's something I allowed myself to do. Being that I saw my dad. I love my dad to death. I do. But he's an alcoholic. And seeing everything we went through as a family, and him drinking and the way he was, I came out. I said, yeah, I like drinking. I like having a beer every now and then, but I'm not going to let myself get like him. And I really need to tell this story. I think it's time for me to tell this story. So, we're here today. It's Thursday. And I am going to be watching the weather, making sure we're ready for whatever it is that we need to do. The only issue I have is electricity. I have a freezer full of protein that I do not want to go bad, so we need to make sure that we have a resource with the generator to make sure that we keep electricity on here and that we don't lose any of that food. So I think what I'm going to do today is cook a couple of meals. That way we have stuff in the refrigerator already ready to go, so I don't have to stand out in the sun and the heat and cook our food. And we should be okay. Alrighty, guys. Shelly Rivera, Coffee, Anxiety, and Love. YouTube channel, Coffee, Anxiety, and Love. YouTube channel, Luna Fitness Evo. Yes, they are separate channels. One's my travel blog. As soon as we get on the road and travel more, it's going to get more adventurous. And we'll see more stories on the road. Right now, since we're here, we kind of, pick up what we're doing around here, day in the life of. It gets interesting some days, things that we see out here. And then, Luna Fitness Evo, since I'm doing my workouts regularly now, and I am seeing some changes, I'm definitely, posting more on Luna Fitness Evo YouTube channel. Doing that. I do have a website. I'll post that in the link for this because I can't ever remember the whole full thing because it's through the company that certified me, ISSA. So it's like issa.com/trainer Michelle Luna, blah blah blah. I'll just give you the link. It's easier that way for all of us. And also have coffeeanxietylove.com is my blog website. I have stories about what's going on here, some of the workouts that we've been doing, our spiritual journeys, some of the moon paths and new moon ceremonies, full moon ceremonies. And we also have a tab where I do my cooking blog. So it's going to be featured articles every couple of weeks, maybe every month, that we're doing something, cool out here as far as cooking and prepping. And I'll go and I'll post that in there under the cooking tab. So definitely look for all that. CoffeeAnxietyLove.com, Luna Fitness Evo, YouTube, Coffee, Anxiety, and Love YouTube channels. Alrighty, guys, y'all have a good day. Be prepared this weekend. Don't go take everything off the shelves in the grocery stores. Take a few days. Make sure you have enough water and enough fuel for generators if you have them, guys. Love everybody. And as always, happy, healthy, prosperous, and abundant day.